Hey, Pisces, intuitive soul coach here with your July 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Pisces, it looks like a lot of you are gaining some much needed clarity. You're finding solutions to some challenges. Now, the key themes showing up for you in the month of July, you have conflict followed by clarity. And we also have belief system. So I'm getting here a huge transformation that a lot of you have been going inward. You've been doing some deep soul searching. There could have been a struggle, a challenge, an obstacle in your finances, your relationship, your career, your health, whatever this may be for you. You're finding ways to move on. Something may have ended or it's going to end for you in the month of July, which is going to lead to a lot more abundance, a lot more prosperity. And we'll take a look at what that is for you. Now, the conflict card here, sometimes it can be a tug of war, as you see in the picture. It feels like you may be going back and forth on maybe a major decision in your life. This can be conflict between you and an organization, a business, a company, a family member, a friend. But I am sensing here that, yes, you've been triggered. Someone else may have been triggered. But this is about finding solutions, overcoming those obstacles, whether you find them together or separately, or you move on, which looks like a lot of you are moving on from a situation here. I'm also getting some of you, your belief system has been conflicting when it comes to a certain area of your life, because you do have the belief system showing up here for you. So this could be reprogramming. It can be changing your mind. It can be taking a look at your values, taking a look at what is important to you. What beliefs do you have around a situation? Something may have shifted or changed course along the way. And I feel like there's a radical acceptance happening here, Pisces. Now, the conflict isn't a bad card, because conflict is something that we see every day. There is adversity. There is competition. We all have opposing views. We have different views than each other. But this is about getting along and being able to see things from different points of views, but also being able to accept and still be able to go with the flow, knowing that we are all one, at the same time having an individual experience. So there is something here that you are shifting, and I feel a lot of you on a deep soul level, you are ascending. There's healing here as well, and it could be from authority. Some of you may be rebelling, but in a powerful way. I am getting here father energy coming through, and we'll take a look further on. But we have clarity showing up in your main energy. This is all about things coming to light, being able to find the truth in a situation. I am getting here no longer maybe deceiving the self or deceiving what your intuition has been telling you all along. There's something here with you listening up, and there's something with you moving forward because you've finally decided to take that next step or make a decision, because I am getting decision energy here, or choice energy for you as well. Now, we also have meditation. Some of you are receiving guidance, meditation messages through your spiritual team, your guides, your angels, your universe, God source, whatever you want to tap into and call that higher divine. That is something you are really enlightened to this month. And I feel like because you are ascending, you're able to get those answers quicker than you may have been in the past. Now, you're heading in a forward direction, because something you may have been teeter-tottering, wavering back and forth, or again, it was a little bit of a tug of war, but you have clarity here this month. And this is about a new clear path moving forward. Now, with belief system, this can be taking a look at self-talk, the way you talk to yourself, the way others talk to you. This is about your belief systems. I'm getting strong Hierophant energy here. Even though it's not showing up in your reading, that Hierophant is all about being divinely guided. It is about teaching, learning, institutions, traditions, belief systems. You may be taking a look at the belief systems around you, maybe societal or family. And a lot of you are breaking free from whatever you were taught that doesn't align with your soul's truth. Because again, you are not going to deceive yourself. You don't want to deceive others, and you don't want them to do that to you, right? So what's happening here is you're making some decisions to move onward, and there is an ending. I get that here. You have a lot of ending cards, a lot of rebirth, transformation. So it looks to be a very powerful month for you, Pisces. But I like your first card out here. You have the 9 of coins, 9 of pentacles. Some of you are leaving a toxic relationship, workforce, mental conflict as well. Some of you are leaving this behind in search for more truth, in search for more peace is what I'm getting here. Now with the 9 of coins, this is about a prosperous victory. You've earned this. You've worked hard for this win. Okay, a lot of you have struggled. You have struggled with this decision. And in the past, there may have been some achievements, but it didn't reach the type of achievement, satisfactory, or abundance that you would have liked to have seen. Therefore, you know that you have to leave behind that old way of doing something in order to head towards your abundance. And that's what you're doing here. There's a victorious win coming in. I'm very proud of you because you've made some choices that were in alignment with your soul's truth, and it feels a lot lighter because a lot of you have been carrying a heavy burden. Now, the heavy burden could be this Emperor, because this Emperor is showing up as an ineffective leader. It could be a strong leader. It could be values that were impressed upon you, maybe from your own father. For others of you, this Emperor could be someone of leadership, someone of higher authority, governing agencies. It can be someone of power. It can be, a leader, someone at the top. And I feel like a lot of you are becoming this Emperor yourself, a strong leader. For others of you, I feel like you're rebelling against someone who is ineffective, some sort of traditions or some corrupt advice or even a cult-like energy, because sometimes the Emperor can be like a cult or an organization here, or a belief system that everyone has pooled into the pot where you're like, that just doesn't work for me. I don't want to go that direction. I don't believe in that. So you are branching off here. Next, we have the Death card showing up. The Death card is all about a major transition, a much needed change. There is a necessary ending. Those are the words here for verbatim, necessary ending here, because some of you may have been resisting this change, but you knew that it was coming in, because the only thing that is constant is change, right, Pisces? So I feel like you may have been delaying the inevitable, but the time has come here where it's time for you to move on, time for you to go forward here, leave something behind, end it once and for all. But this Death energy is about a necessary ending, and it could be, again, a job. It could be ending a health situation, a relationship, something that was not serving you. And it's taken you a lot of prayers. It's taken you a lot of connecting to your intuition. I'm feeling here a lot of self-advice, maybe even professional advice, but you're moving on. This is really big for you, Pisces. Now, you also have the 10 of Swords. But the 10 of Swords here, I'm getting in reverse, which is about lifting that deep anguish, right? It is about you being able to walk away instead of replaying a story out. It's almost like you get to a finish line, right? Let's say you're in a race and you get to the finish line where you're right there, but you run out of gas, you run out of momentum, the car breaks down, the bike loses a wheel, whatever it is. It can be external, it can be internal, but it's almost like you're right there, but then something happens where you're not able to fully pull the trigger and get over that hump. This is the time that you're actually going to go around, and you've been around that lap many, many times here, and I feel like you're finally crossing the finish line. So that's that victorious win. This is this prosperous victory. So this is really big. If you've been going round and round on a case, a court case, a legal issue, a battle, some sort of conflict, it's been a tug of war, it's coming to an end. So it's heavy, but it's also exciting because I feel the anguish being lifted, and you're going to feel so much lighter, Pisces. Now, what do we have towards the end of July? You have the King of Coins and the 2 of Wands. Now, the King of Coins is all about creating a life of stability, securing their abundance because something may have felt like it was taken away from you. The King of Coins could have been earth element, earth sign in your world, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could have been someone helping or someone hindering your stability. And I do feel like you are building yourself back up. Again, you're not letting someone take your ideas, your reputation. You're not letting someone win in this tug of war. You're not letting them see you break or, lose yourself in the process. I feel like you are coming out stronger. So this is really powerful reading here, Pisces. Your final card is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, it is a choice card as well, but it's about moving forward instead of holding back, which again, the way that I keep seeing it here, it's almost like a track, like a racetrack where the cars are going around, but it's like you can never get in first place here for whatever reason. You can never finish that finish line and you just have to keep going around the track and around the track. So there may have been an unfinished lesson. There may have been something that just took forever, Pisces, and now you're finally ascending. You're getting to that next level. Your soul has grown, and I feel like you've completed some sort of a huge lesson or a huge cycle that you had to go through, you had to experience, regardless of how big or small it was. Now, Two of Wands, you're definitely moving forward. Now, when it comes to career, wealth, money, income, some of you went through a period of extreme loss. There could have been a job that ended. Maybe you were investing in your money, your time, your finances. Something hit a glass ceiling or something hit a wall. Something ended here with the coffin card. This is about financial challenges, feeling stuck. You may have worked in an office environment. There could have been gossip. This could have been a night shift. There could have even been a death in the family because you do have the death card, or it could have been that you had to close down. Something may have been forced to shut down or close down here because the coffin is putting something to rest. We have the skull. Now, again, this reminds me of that death energy. So it's all about reinventing yourself. Yes, you went through a rough patch. Maybe you had to borrow money. Maybe you felt low on cash. A lot of you are being called to step into that starseed energy that you are. Step into that light worker energy. Maybe becoming a hospice healer. Maybe you were out of work. You went through a tower moment in the past. You had to reinvent yourself from the inside out, and that wasn't easy to do. But now you have the clover. The month of July here is the clover, which is all about that lucky break. It is about taking a risk, gambling on yourself, on your prosperity, your abundance. It feels like a gamble here only because it's been such a challenge and you keep waiting for that ball to drop here, Pisces. But the good news is there's good fortune, there's change, there's chance coming in here. Some of you have dealt with finances. Maybe you've rolled the dice and you didn't get the ones you thought you were going to get, right? It wasn't a good deal. I'm sensing that something fell through. You may have lost money. Some of you had a contract or partnership or maybe lack of, and you had money stolen from you as well. This can be about an outdoors job. I'm getting here family business. Some of you went into business with family and maybe it went south. For others of you, this is about a big new surprise coming in, and it's because you've completed a cycle and now you're moving on. I like this clover here for you. Now, when it comes to love, some of you are certainly, you could be single. Maybe you've released a situation, even if this happened to you many, many years ago. Some of you are widowed, I'm hearing as well. Some of you had a deep belief that someone is going to hurt you again or leave you, abandonment, rejection, cheat on you. Maybe you had a belief that you'd be single forever. Some of you had a fairy tale type of energy where you were thinking it was going to turn out one way when it turned out another. So I am getting belief system is very, very strong here for you, but there is something with complete release. You have letting go of control issues. Some of you may have been controlled or you felt controlled by maybe a narcissist or someone who was very manipulative. Someone who felt like they were the boss, right? Emperor, someone who felt like they were in charge. It was their way or the highway. So I feel like you're releasing control issues. Some of you, this goes back to, I'm just going to say it, daddy issues, right? Emperor. It may have to do with some deep-seated beliefs that you have that affected your inner child. Maybe you didn't get that love. Maybe someone did abandon you. Maybe you never knew your father. Maybe your father died young. I'm getting someone died in an accident as well. This could be a motorcycle, a car accident, snowmobile. I'm getting here also some of you may have had a semi involved as well. Please take that as it resonates. We have here letting go of control issues. Now, if you are in a relationship, there's something that is ending for good, and it could be this control. And I would say here, unless you've gone through some major shifts together, it's very tough to just completely let go of control issues. It's not impossible, but some of you are just choosing to move in a new direction. Now, for others of you that are single, you're ending that belief, right? You're ending that belief and you're putting yourself out there. You may be flirting. You're extending your lighthearted energy to others. You're having a little bit more fun because things have been stressful. There's been anguish. There's been maybe some financial struggles that have affected your dating life, but you are finally feeling lighter and it's allowing you to be happier, be more playful, and flirt as well. Someone may be flirting with you. Oh, okay. Someone who shouldn't be flirting with you could be. So for example, Emperor could be a boss, maybe someone who's married. I am getting here. Okay, this is interesting. Someone shouldn't be flirting and they may have crossed the line and there's a little bit of tug of war going on between head and heart. Please take that as it resonates because we do have wedding. So again, someone may be flirting with you that shouldn't. Now for others of you, you could be taking your relationship to the next level. There could be a second honeymoon. Some of you may be engaged. Some of you are getting married in July, or you are attending a wedding, or there could be a wedding invitation coming in. Please take it as it resonates. But this situation could involve marriage. Now, some of you may even have some deep-seated beliefs around the establishment of marriage. That's what I'm hearing here. So you may be taking a deep dive into it and your beliefs may have changed. Maybe you've told yourself that in order to feel a solid commitment, it has to be on a piece of paper, or you had to be in a relationship because you had to stay in a marriage union because that's what your religion or that's what your beliefs taught you. Whatever it is here, you're taking a look at the belief around commitment, marriage, matrimony, and you're looking at it from a new perspective is what I'm getting here. And it's okay to switch your beliefs. It's okay to think differently than maybe you thought five days ago, 5 months ago, 5 years ago, 5 decades ago, because you have free will. It is up to you. No one else should decide for you. So some of you really looking into this. Beautiful. Good for you. Now we have this deck I absolutely love the energy of. I was gifted and I will link it in the description box below. It should be the last deck, the Age of Aquarius, Tarot and Oracle, and I'm using the Oracle section of this. And the card showing up here, we have Remembrance, we have Subconscious, and I'm going to save the last one because the last one's kind of neat here. But the Remembrance card, I'm getting some of you may be remembering a father or a loved one who's crossed over, someone who is like a father, could have been a grandfather as well, could be a boss, a brother. It's remembering them, maybe when things were fun, when things were not as strict or not as adverse here, because I'm getting with the conflict, there may be tug of war, but there is remembrance here. So someone could be celebrating celebration of life. There could be a birthday, a wedding. I'm also sensing that someone didn't have a father to walk them down the aisle, something along that lines, but there could be a brother. There could be someone that steps in to do that as well. Please take that as it resonates, but remembrance coming in. And I feel like the energy is with you still. Even if this person is crossed over in spirit and you're wanting to connect with them, their energy is still with you. Next, we have subconscious. And this is so interesting because as we talk about the belief system, a lot of times our beliefs are built within our subconscious mind, and we start to program our lives based on that default, based on that conditioning or that belief system that we were taught, that we learn. So that's why a lot of you are taking a deep dive and you've had to do some thawing work. You've had to thaw out some emotions, some feelings, because you have here a lot of frozen energy here on this iceberg. And I feel like you've had to You've had to do a lot here. You've had to take a deep dive, hence the feet, kind of feet up. You've had to go under, submerge yourself. Some of you felt like you were drowning at times, but I feel like you've come a long way and there's protection here. And I feel like that sun is coming out. You finally have a little bit of that taste of happiness, and things are changing here and they look really, really good for you. If you choose, if you want, because your final card here, what's on that card, Pisces? Nothing. This is a blank slate. This is a pure white canvas and you are holding the paintbrush. What do you want that canvas to look like, right? This is a powerful energy about you being the magician and the creator of your life. So what does that next chapter look like? What does your story look like? What do you want to step into? Because some of you have a hard time seeing because it has been such a struggle or a challenge. But I feel here that you know you want to move on. So what does that next step look like for you? Can you see happiness? Can you see abundance? Can you see sunshine? Because it's right here if you want it. All right, what do we have from the soul truth? We have, what excuses am I making right now? No more waiting. There will never be a good enough time. The time is now. Today's soul action, Pisces. If it's important enough to you, you will find a way. Today, make a decision and do it. Even if you don't feel ready, listen to your hearts and you will be led. So beautiful. And we talked about that earlier. Some of you were holding back on some sort of much needed change, the inevitable. You were holding back, waiting for the right timing. Maybe you wanted to launch a product, launch a business, retire, whatever it was here. Perhaps you felt forced to hold yourself back by external circumstances, by governing agencies here with the Emperor, someone of higher authority, someone who called the shots. For others of you, this can be you. You may have felt like you were making excuses or prolonging here, but I feel like the time is now. And that's what we have here so strong in your reading. There's something, if this resonates so far, a lot of you already know what this is and you know that it's time to move on. And what does that canvas look like for you? So at this time, we're going to take a look at the third eye chakra. We're going to see which animals are showing up for you this month. And at this time, if you can, Pisces, I just ask for you to take a deep breath in from that solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Close your eyes and tune into that third eye chakra, the area between the eyebrows in the forehead region, right in that pineal gland. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky or swims deep in the sea. It could be an animal that is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. It could be an animal that's recently crossed over the rainbow bridge or one that's visited through your dreams. There is no right or wrong answer. And if you need a moment, Pisces, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below. And I personally will enter you into that giveaway where I post right back here on this channel. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, right away here you have elephant. An elephant reminds you to learn from the past. Boy, oh boy, going around that track as many times as you have, Pisces, you've had to have learned some very valuable lessons, and I feel like you have. So now that you've learned to be better, to do better, now you know better, right? Now you can move forward into that next phase, that next chapter. Some of you, it's a whole new life, a new story. Whatever it is for you, you've learned some very valuable lessons. It's card 25. Some of you may be born on the 25th or the 7th. We have the turkey spirit. Turkey says, give with gratitude and grace. It is card 61. Some of you may be 61 years old or again have a birthday on the 7th. Now we also have here gratitude, that attitude of gratitude. So remember what we talk about here on this blank slate. Be sure to put the things that you are grateful for on that as well, because like attracts like. The more that you bring in that abundance and that positivity, the more that life is going to open up those opportunities for you as well. So keep that heart open. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful for the experiences, the growth, the failures, the setbacks, all of it, right? But focus on the optimism, focus on new opportunities and moving forward, not backwards, because there's something here with not getting stuck in the past. Next, you have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. And that may be a difficult belief for you to instill within your body, mind, and soul, especially for those of you that went through a deep loss when it comes to finances, possibly foreclosure, bankruptcy. Perhaps you went through a situation with a natural disaster. There could have been something taken from you. Some of you are homeless at times. So a very powerful energy here of the abundant universe will provide. And it's also card 10. Some of you are born on the 10th, but this is also Wheel of Fortune. So some of you, you've went through a cycle where you went through, some would call bad luck, right? Or you felt like at times, right? What is this curse? It needs to be lifted, which I don't really believe in curses, but I do feel for a lot of you, you hit this streak and it wasn't the best. It was one thing after another after another. But what's happening here is your soul contracted to have a lot of these things happen. Okay, hopefully I didn't lose you there, but yes, we grow, we evolve, we learn. That pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. We don't have to stay in that cycle and suffer, right? And this is time for you to move on with this, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a turning point in your life. This is about destiny and fate, which you have the 4-leaf clover. So I feel like there's new abundance available here to you. Pisces, this is really deep. Typically, you feel very abundant, your energy is very prosperous, you're attracting, but some of you have gone through dark night of the soul, and if you've been triggered or if things have been challenging or coming up even so out of the blue, it could be because that subconscious energy here has been thawing and now it's hit you like a ton of bricks at times. And I feel like it's important to know that you have what it takes to feel it, to heal it, and release it, because the cow spirit showing up here says the miracles are endless. The miracles are endless. Whose grandma, they're giving me here, someone's grandma, maybe it's you yourself, has canisters in the kitchen, or canisters that have, they're giving me both cows, and then they're showing me mushrooms. Maybe it's cows standing next to mushrooms. Please take that as it resonates. It could be canisters or something in the kitchen that has cows or mushrooms on it. I love that. The miracles are endless. It's also card 15, and 15 is the devil. So I feel like you're reclaiming your power. You're seeing miracles happen after that devil or that attachment or that fear or that codependency or manipulation, whatever that was here for you, whatever tied to that attachment, you're seeing the miracles happen here. And last but not least, your final card here, Pisces, is it's time to go. 45, which breaks down to 9. And 9s are all about completions, right? Endings, bringing in new beginnings. So you can have that life that you seek, that love, that health, that relationship, but most importantly of all, that internal peace, because you're living in alignment with your soul's truth. That is the biggest thing here for you. It's card 45. We're going to take a look and see what the message is for you. This is endings, completions, walking away from something because there is nothing else to experience or learn. You are at the end of one journey, Pisces, and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience this far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in a transition for a time. Your destiny is calling. That's the third time now. We see the Wheel of Fortune, destiny, the clover, and now here. Relationships, it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of a new beginning. If you want something deeper, walk away. And when it comes to money, wealth, and prosperity, the message is this. This message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finish your task and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you could have ever imagined. You have done all that you can, Pisces, so trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. Powerful energy here. Powerful. So again, we have this repetitive path here, these synchronicities, these signs that are showing up that absolutely, without a doubt, tell me you are leaving behind something here, even if it's the energy of what something was in order to become something new. That's what's showing up here in any area of your life. A lot of you have undergone this death energy, spiritual death here for some of you, where it could be an ego death, death of a contract here. I don't want to say a spiritual death. That's not a ego death, more so with someone around you. I do feel like this is someone who sabotaged, or it felt like they brought you down a notch. It could be the way someone spoke to you. It could have been a backhanded comments. It could have been just some difficult times, arguments where you didn't feel as confident. That self-doubt started to creep in over time because of maybe how this person spoke to you. You're not having it anymore. You know that you're worthy, you deserve more, and if you want something deeper, you must walk away. That is what I have for you, Pisces. Very powerful reading here. I know you have the ability to go in this direction. You have this clean slate that you want. Start over again, start fresh, but you're also starting from experience, and the path is more clear than it ever has been. Even though some of you may not know what the outcome is going to be, you know that you have to step forward. And sometimes that first step is the hardest, but you have what it takes to take that step. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this resonates, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channel messages out there to those that need it most. Please do drop your power animals in the comment section below. And again, if you are vibing with the energy of the channel and haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces, and tuning in. Lots of love.